people want to be on that journey. So can you walk us through how do you went from you don't have a job right now? Now you have put your mindset on making this TikTok work no matter what.
Yeah.
What are you think that's still holding you back? And how do you process that? Hey, that well, nobody's. I don't have to clock in, clock out, but I don't see the money. I have to keep going. How do you process that?
Just constantly reminding myself that it's not even really about the money. It's really about the impact and the positive influence that you leave on people. I remember I was telling another individual, a younger guy. I call him a young boy. He's 13. He's a young producer. And I've been telling him. I told him. I said, you can have $1 million in your pocket. I said, but you don't get accepted into the $1 million party. I said, it's not about how much money you have. It's about who you know. And I was saying that like dealing with communication will make people want to come and work with you. It's not about money. It's not about how rich you are. So when you change your mindset to the effect that you leave and the impact that you leave in, and people actually see it, like, okay, I like what I'm doing. I'm not focused on the money. I'm not focused on trying to hurry up and get rich. It like helps me realize like if you focus on the craft and focus on the principle and don't worry about the wealth and all the money and stuff like that, that's going to come regardless. But the main focus is to stay focused on the mission and leaving an impact and positive influence.
A lot of people want to do what you are doing, taking the leap of faith, of going in on your dreams, your goals, your visions. But what the main thing that they don't do it because of the money. Well, I
Yeah.
won't pay my rent. I want. But how do you silence those voices of lack and scarcity and still keep going?
Staying humble and staying consistent. Consistency and staying humble. And I know it sounds easier than said than done because I've had my days where I didn't want to get on here. But the young kid, he had messaged me and asked me, getting online. And at first I was like, well, if you want me to, and I was like, nah, because I'm like, a lot of young people be on my live, and a lot of them are starting to look for me to go live. I had two younger kids come in there, and one kid, he was being bullied at his school. I had to have a motivational conversation with him on live, and there was another kid that came in there, and he was dealing with the same situation. So it's like seeing how much like just my presence on here has an effect on them. Like it made me feel good within myself because I'm like, my whole thing was I want to leave a positive impact. I want to be able to help people. I want to be able to motivate people. And when the kids be asking for me to come on there and stuff and everything, I love it because it's like I'm doing a good deed. Like I'm giving out good energy. I'm actually helping people, especially the young people.
And, can you talk about how your mom told you that the job firing you or not hiring is a sign for you to go all in on the TikTok?
Yup. And like what I haven't realized, what I'm still realizing slowly is ever since I started doing TikTok and stuff, it has allowed me to like up my knowledge and educate myself more on utilizing social platforms. Because you know everybody be like, "Well, I want to go viral. I want to be on the internet. I don't know how the internet work this and stuff like that." I have sometimes where I go live and I'm educating people on how to utilize TikTok. And I'm like, I don't know everything, but like I've been educating myself. You know what I'm saying? Reading, listening. You know what I'm saying? To people like you and other people on here and stuff like that, and sharing the knowledge and the wisdom that I'm learning from you guys. But the freedom of doing this, it has allowed me to also educate myself on how to grow my company as well. Because I started my own clothing line. Um, my first mistake was I didn't read enough education on the platform I was using, so I was rushing the process, skipping steps and stuff. So when I had to remind myself like whether it be in business or whether it be on a social media platform, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to mess up. You're going to be incorrect. But as long as you take the time to go and correct those mistakes and don't try to do it again, skip steps, you'll be fine. The freedom that I have, I started my own company. As of yesterday, I can officially start taking orders, and the shipment will be fulfilled when the orders come through. So, in the process of doing it, I'm like, okay, yeah, like I'm really starting to be able to have income for myself and not have to ask people and not work for other people and have people like do this, do that, make this, make that.
Once you make the decision that you're going all in on yourself, what are some common feelings or beliefs you had that you feel like those things were holding you back or they were based on fear?
I would say fear was definitely holding me back, but then also expecting the expectations of other people's opinions, depending on what it is that you're trying to do and what you want to do. Because sometimes in environments, we'll see like other people doing things, and automatically we will assume like, okay, well, they're family, or I've known them a long time, so maybe I'm supposed to be doing what they're doing, or maybe I'm doing what I'm doing, and I'm not making no money, and they're doing what they're doing. Maybe I'm supposed to do what they do because they making money. And it also like depends on, not even depend, but it's based on what you allow to influence you. Because like I said, with the surroundings, some people will allow what other people do in their surroundings to determine what it is they're supposed to be doing. And a lot of people don't realize like that's not what they're supposed to be doing until it's too late or until their time has passed.
I know a lot of people are gonna be watching you right now and be like, oh my God, he doesn't no longer have a 9 to 5. He made it, now he's working for himself. I want that too. What will you tell them? What are the things that we don't see that you had to go through to get to this point?
You gotta believe in yourself. Even when, and I know this gonna sound crazy, but even when you don't have $1 to your name, you still gotta believe in yourself. It's spiritual, mental, physical, then it's material. And sometimes people get that order mixed up because mentally, some people are programmed to chase the wealth, but you put so much of a mental aspect into chasing the wealth that you're not mentally thinking about your next step and your next move and how you're supposed to move. You invest time or energy into anything, you have to educate yourself on what it is, what you want to do, how you want to do it, when you want to do it, and then you also have to educate yourself on how you want to leave impact and what type of impact you're going to leave. Because people see dollar signs. Like I've had a couple of agencies offer me invites and things like that, and I had to educate myself on actually what an agency is. And it's no shade to an agency and things like that, but I'm like, I'm still developing things on myself. And some people are like, oh, you getting invited by agencies, you're gonna make money, you're gonna be famous, this and that. I'm like, you're missing the whole point. The whole point is not for you to be focused on being famous and wanting to be out there. The whole point is paying attention to the aspect and the positive influence that you can leave. So many people get on this app. So many people get platforms. So many people blow up. And then when the money start coming in, it change because they're not rooted into who they're really supposed to be and what their purpose truly is. You need to be on Dr. Phil.
Huh?
You need to be on Dr. Phil.
Who's that?
It's this show, like he's like a therapist and stuff like that, but like the way you do your interviews and stuff, you need to be on Dr. Phil. I feel like you're interviewing right now, which is a good thing.
Oh, well, I take it, speak it, I receive it. I receive the good, send it my way. I take it.
But the journey is definitely fun. I'm still learning. I'm learning from a lot of people. But I love it because, like the freedom, and then seeing that people actually like seeing my face and being on here. And another thing that I'm learning too is like your community. This guy told me, he said your community of when you become successful will not be people that you've known your whole life. Your biggest supporters will be strangers, people that you've never met, people that's not even in your hometown. I've had to cut off a lot of people that I've known. Now that they see me on social media and they see my face and everything, it's like when I be out in public and people are like, oh my goodness, it's you, it's you, it's you. I'm like, I'm still a regular person, and I tell them, I'm like, no matter how much money I got, no matter what type of jewelry you see me wearing, anything, I'm still a regular person. I'm like, you can do the same thing that I'm doing, or you can do even better. It's not impossible, but you got to lock in and put in that consistency and stay humble.
I think that's something that all of us that want something bigger and better for our life we go through. The cutting people off is intentional, is on purpose, because you reach a point when you understand that where you want to go, you cannot go with those habits. You cannot go with those attitudes. You cannot go with this way of talking, this way of dressing, this way of eating, this way of dressing, talking to people, or this way of investing your time. So the people that want to keep doing all that, you're like, okay, I cannot change you guys. I cannot force you guys, but I can change myself. So I prefer to change myself to go to what I want to be and let you guys be. Because not everyone is going to understand your vision or your goal or your dream.
Thanks.
At least me, for a long time, I stopped telling the wrong people my ideas or my dreams. Because I will tell you, you know what? I'm going to make this video. In one day, it's going to have 1 million views. They're going to be like, here you go again.
Right.
Nobody cares about you. Why? You think anybody going to listen to your voice? For what? 1 million views, you? Oh my God. Okay, but since I have this belief in myself, this unbreakable belief, I'm like, I don't have to listen to you putting my ideas down. I prefer to not listen to you at all and listen to myself. That's where that positive self-talk come into place. And as you said, that belief in yourself. That no matter where it's going, guys, I believe in me. I do. And you have to show it with your actions. For example, you say you believe in you. What's the proof of that? You don't have a job anymore. Now you are your job. Your gift, your talent is your job. That's the proof that you say you believe in yourself, but now you are backing it up with your words. Because anybody can say, well, you know what, I believe in me, but they're still going to go clock in, clock out. I believe in me, but they're not going to post their videos. I believe in me, but they're not going to share their ideas. I believe in me, but they're not going to build nothing for themselves. I believe in me, but they're going to still hang out with negative people. They're still going to be lazy. You can say you believe in yourself all you want, which is great. You got to speak it. But you got to back it up with your actions.
It's like it's nothing wrong with a 9 to 5, but
Oh, no. You can use it to invest in yourself. Nothing wrong with that, though. Hey.
you know, the way things have been going in my life, I feel like it's I don't even know the right word, but it's like it's slowly forming itself into me being an entrepreneur full time, because it's like I keep having the same issue applying with different companies. I get on here, I start doing this, I'm making slow progress, but I'm still making progress. In the process of doing this, I done made a couple of connections. I started my own company. I have freedom. I have freedom where I don't have to answer anybody. Now I can officially work for myself. But sometimes where we go wrong as people is when we are in the storm of like trials and tribulations, a lot of us are programmed to literally be so quick to look for a handout, or we're so quick to
So quick.
help,
So quick.
and then like you're not realizing that the boat sinking teach you how to swim. Once you learn how to swim, then you can swim to a new island. When you get to a new island, you use the resources on the island to build you another boat. Now you know how to build boats and you know how to swim. But we're programmed to be so quick to ask for help. And I think a lot of us have been mentally institutionalized that way because the people that taught us that were also programmed to be so quick to ask for help. So like it goes back to not allowing your surrounding to make you think that you're supposed to be on a path that you're not supposed to be on.
Mm-hmm. And I think I came on live the other day and somebody was sharing how they have been without a job for 8 months. Then he was like, no, I need a job, I need a job. So I tell the person, you are your job.
Yep.
Develop skills, provide value in yourself, in your community.
Yep.
He was like, oh no, I need the money, I need the money. And then I'm gonna read to him. I'm gonna read to you right now what I told him, because I think this might help you or anybody else. I told him, poor people get stuck in survival mode, chasing quick cash. Rich people focus on acquiring assets and luxury. But wealthy people, they chase ideas. Concepts that transform industries, create generational wealth, and leave legacies. Ideas are the seeds to grow empires. So I told the person, sit down with yourself, write down ideas, money ideas, prosperity ideas, rich ideas, write them down. Because everyone we see now that has become wealthy, not rich, wealthy, they did it because they're ideas. McDonald's, that's an idea. This pen, an idea. This one I'm holding, an idea. Because they were able to materialize the idea. Now money is coming on autopilot. But if you are chasing, oh no, the quick cash, the quick money, let me get this job so I can make it to the end of the month, to the end of the year. Now you stay stuck and always doing the job for short-term benefits, doing the job for short-term benefits, doing the job for short-term benefits, and you're gonna stay stuck in that loop. Okay, let me get the next job so I can pay my bills, so I can make it to the end of the month, so I can make it to Christmas, so I can make it to Thanksgiving. Break that loop and ask yourself, what can I create? What can I develop? Which idea can I materialize that even if it doesn't give me nothing for the next 5, 10 years, but I know once it click, I'm going to be wealthy for the rest of my life.
Yep.
Ideas is where wealth is. Creativity is where the money is. And we all have creativity. We are all creators. But how many people, they're going to be quick to go get a job, but they can't be quick to apply themselves to find their purpose, to find their calling, to find their passion, to find their gifts. I talk a lot of people. I talk and they be like, well, I don't have a gift. I don't have a passion. I don't have a calling. I'm not good at anything. I always tell them because you don't know yourself.
Yep.
Whatever you believe in, God, the creator source, you think he created anything empty? He created everything with a purpose, with a calling. All of us have something that can make this world a better place.
Thanks.
We were all created perfectly perfect, which includes we were all created with a gift, with a calling, with a purpose, with something that somebody else can need. And that if we express that, if we embody that, it's going to not only make our life better, but other people's life better.
Correct.
But no, our people get quick. I need to get a job. I need to get a job. Why can't you apply yourself to find your gifts? Why can't you apply yourself to find your purpose? Why can't you apply yourself to find your calling? But most people, they don't even think that way. They don't think they are important. They don't think they can do anything.
No.
They always, you know what? Let me go get a job. Let me go get a job. Give yourself a job. Why can't you employ yourself or employ other people? And I know, don't get me wrong, even me, I went through that. Because I was trained and I was programmed to always think that somebody else will give me a job. Somebody else will make me successful.
Ask the question in the chat.
You can answer if you want. I mean, this is the community. Your thoughts are welcome as well.
Break and find your purpose. I'm going to let you speak on it first, and then I'm going to piggyback off of what you say.
How to recover from my heartbreak and find your purpose. I will focus on the purpose because heartbreak to me is not as important as you finding your purpose. So I will start with that. You find your purpose by, what I'm going to say might sound crazy to those who don't understand themselves or life. By sitting down with yourself and talking with yourself. Go for a walk with a book and a pen. Go sit down. Somebody also told me that recently. I think that's why it's still fresh in my head. Go sit down under a tree and write down, what do I like? What do I enjoy? What am I good at? What are my skills? What can I do today to make myself better? What can I do today to learn more and to know more? Once you write down all those questions, now you have to sit and talk to yourself and force yourself to give you the answers. Because yourself knows if you dare to listen to yourself. But most people, and I know you asking this question, probably you don't talk to yourself because you think it's crazy. Well, you tell me. If you don't talk to you, then who are you listening to most of the time? Other people. Other people are not you. Once you write down all those questions and you force yourself to give you the answer, you're going to have a list of 20 things, 10 things, 5 things. And you're going to start saying, okay, where can I start? Then I continue. Okay, what can I do today? What can I do tomorrow? But that list is going to give you the answer what you are looking for. Because I cannot give you the answer. I can inspire you. I can motivate you. But I cannot tell you exactly what is your purpose. Your purpose is not something somebody else tells you that this is your purpose. Your purpose is something you find within. And when I say within, I mean you talking to yourself, hey, what is my purpose? Come on. Body, tell me. Intuition, tell me. You can even tell God, show me who I am. Talk like that. Don't be, it's not crazy. And when you talk to yourself, you force yourself to give you answers, you are going to get the answers. If you want to find your purpose, you first and foremost got to know who you are. Because if you don't know who you are, you might think your purpose is yours, but nah. That's what society or your parents or your religion or the school system have told you is your purpose.
Yep.
And once you have that answer in those questions, and also something important in the questions, how can I make myself better today? Because I know a lot of us also, I was victim of that. I made that mistake, authenticity over here, of wanting the money without the knowledge to make the money. Wanting the money without the mindset to not only have the money, but multiply the money. But not to only have the money, but to have the money working for me. So I took a step back and I focused on developing myself, educating myself, making myself as valuable, as skillful, as unique, as knowledgeable as I can. Educate myself consistently, improve myself consistently. Because if I become better, I'm going to attract better people in my life. If I become better, whenever an opportunity comes, I'm not going to get scared. I'm going to execute because I know I made myself better, because I know anywhere I go, knowledge, skills, nobody can take it away from you. Your skills are always with you. Your mindset is always with you. What you know how to do is always with you. So get obsessed with making yourself a better person. Get obsessed with becoming somebody of value, somebody who has the solutions, somebody who has the answers, not the questions. That once you walk in the room, you are there to go to. So I would say that focus on talking to yourself, listening to yourself, and get obsessed with self-improvement, self-development. The money will come. I know when I say it and you are trying to pay your bills and you are in survival mode, you can be like, what? Girl, you're making a joke. I'm trying to pay my bills. I'm telling you. If you develop yourself.
To piggyback off of what she's saying.
Go ahead.
In the process of you recovering from a heartbreak,
Oh, well, you can talk on that. I wasn't.
you for starters, you have to completely isolate yourself from the individual that you have an emotional attachment to, especially if the relationship went left. Then in the process of doing that, like she said, you do have to sit down and you have to write down the things that you need to work on within yourself, back to self-development. Because we can get in relationships with people and we might think that this is the person that we're supposed to be with. Oh, this is the person of my dreams. This is the man or woman of my dreams. Not realizing that that person was sent to you as a test or a trials and tribulation. You may thinking that you love the person, but in 9 times out of 10, you just fell in love with the feeling and the experience. If a person is truly meant for you, it's going to be more than just the experience and more than just the feeling that you actually experience with this person. But you have to isolate yourself from the connection, and you have to sit down with a pen and start writing things that help you figure out what it is that's a consistent pattern for you to continuously keep dealing with heartbreak, or what was it that you weren't paying attention to that allowed you to be vulnerable to experience getting your heart broke. When you fall for a person, when you fall in love with a person, you have to make sure that you're falling in love with the person internally and externally, and flaws included in all. We'll fall in love with the image that looks like love, but the whole time it's not even anything close to that, because we're not looking at it from a spiritual view. The feeling of the heartbreak that you're feeling is you had a spiritual attachment and a soulful attachment to an individual who either promised you a temporary feeling or like a temporary position in their life. Now, whether the things ended on good terms or bad terms, there's a season for everything. You know what I'm saying? There's a season for love, there's a season for heartbreak, there's a season for success, there's a season for failure. Once you're able to identify which season that you're in, you'll be able to understand the process and the steps that you need to take to heal from the heartbreak. But don't allow yourself to reconnect with the person. Once you cut ties, you know what I'm saying, once you and that individual choose to go left or go your separate ways, work on yourself, you know what I'm saying, start finding your purpose, start healing yourself, and write down things that you need to work on with you internally. And I know the grieving process is going to be kind of hard, but it's all a part of it, because you allowed yourself to be spiritually attached to somebody on the emotional level from a form of intimacy, whether it be physical or whether it be mental, verbal, or spiritual. but you will heal. But take that time out to work on yourself and isolate yourself. I don't know if she's still in here.
Hopefully, if she's not in here, she didn't care about the answer, and she wasn't serious about the answer. So
No, she's still in here. She's still in here. I was just making sure.
okay.
But
And what?
yeah,
And
like,
you said something that sometimes we get attached and we think that's love, but once you are first of all you are not being your authentic self.
Yep.
You haven't overcome your traumas or your childhood wounds. What can look like to you to love is familiarity. You are used to the chaos, you are used to the abuse, you are used to the fakeness, you are used to the bare minimum. So when that person comes and says, oh my God, this is the love of my life, no. This is the love of your traumas.
Ooh, you need to write that one down. The love of your traumas. That's a good one. You need to write that down.
Ooh, let me.
You need to write that down.
Oh my God.
I might be live later on. It depends on how my head.
Let me put it on my, here. What did I say again?
The love of your traumas. Yeah, Bella, I might be live later. It depends on how my head feel.
Because the unhealthy version of yourself loves something that the healthy version of yourself wouldn't even dare to come close to. That and you mentioned something about seasons. All the seasons we go through are welcome. Everything we go through is welcome because it's temporary. I can be the happiest right now, and then tomorrow something breaks me completely, mentally, emotionally, and I gotta go through that. I can be without money right now. It's temporary. So I tell people, whoever you are broke, just know you are just seasonally broke or seasonally. Can't even take the words out. What?
I get what you're saying. You talking too fast.
Seasonal broke.
Yeah.
And if you are rich too, make sure when you have that money, you use this so the money can work for you. Because that rich too is seasonal. When you are happy, it's seasonal. When you are unhappy, it's seasonal as well. But you have to have the mental stability and the mental commitment to keep moving forward.
Correct.
I went to heartbreaks too. I didn't run away from it. I cried. Yeah, I felt like I don't want to eat. I felt like talking to nobody. I went through all of it with no shame. Why would I want to turn away from the pain? No, I didn't. I sit with my pen. I cry. I journal. I scream. I jump. I did all the things I was supposed to do while going through that season, with no shame and no guilt.
Thanks.
Oh, she's still here. Okay.
It's a process. It's a process. Like, with me, hey Bella, follow her too. She's a good person to listen to as well.
Oh, thank you, Jordan.
These are some of the young people that was on my live the other night.
Okay.
But yeah, like I feel like if a person can tell you they went their whole life and haven't experienced heartbreak, then they don't know what it is to lose anything. So it's like the trials and tribulations. You're welcome. With the trials and tribulations, you have to experience loss. You have to know what it feels like to lose, so you know what it feels like to win. That way, when it's time for you to win, you can embrace your accolades and you can embrace your achievements. Because you have some people that win, and they've been winning and winning and winning and winning their whole life. When it finally comes time for them to lose, they lose their mind because they're like, okay, I'm not spiritually prepared for this. I'm not equipped for this type of battle. I don't even know how to fight this type of fight because you've never experienced losing anything. It's just like yin and yang, one without the other, and you one with the other. So you got to know what it feel like to lose to win, and you have to know what it feel like to win to lose.
And it's all good. And it's all good though. The losers and the wins are all good. I don't know why people get scared when they lose. Like, why not? Do you know how much you learn from losing?
Peer pressure.
All the mental toughness, peer pressure. What?
Concerned about everybody else's opinion of what they're going to think. Chasing validation.
Do you have to go through that? You know how when you do you're like, oh no, I'm waiting for my TikTok. The people will be like, oh my God, you don't have a job anymore. You're going to lose. You're going to...
I would say one of my biggest struggles were basically validation and being concerned about what everybody else would think.
Okay.
lack of confidence. But like, what helped me get past all of that was like seeing the impact that I leave just being myself. And like, I didn't realize that being myself was leaving a positive impact when the people that I grew up with and the places that I used to be started to try and throw shade on me being myself. Because the people that I've known for a long time were so used to me being somebody that they knew, to the point where the new and actual me, they're like, okay, that's not you, that's not the real person you're supposed to be. When it actually is the real me and the real person I'm supposed to be. And, you know, when I go to places that I grew up and go around places and people be like, oh, that's you? Oh, you act different, you're not the same. That's because the version of me that you met was not the real me. That version of me was seeking validation and everybody else's approval. Now that I learned how to walk in my confidence and humble myself with my head high, now those people that were comfortable of seeing a version of me that allowed them to walk over me, now either they tremble in fear or they choose to respect it.
And that's strength. And I always appreciate that you always come. Maybe because you know what my platform is about, but always you come here and you are transparent and you are honest. That's strength, and I always commend you for that.
It took a lot. It took a lot to get there. Like wisdom is definitely a huge factor in my life, and that's why, like, I try and tell a lot of people, don't be fearful of being who you're supposed to be based off of what everybody else is telling you or what you see everybody else doing. Because if you allow the opinions of everybody else, or in a terminological phrase, if you allow everybody to tell you you can't be a black sheep, then you're going to be a white sheep, which means you're going to fall in line with anything and everything. So it's like either you gonna fall for something or stand for nothing, which is a favorite phrase of mine. Somebody says sometimes we're afraid to move forward because we think we can't get better.
I think we're scared. My perspective is sometimes we are afraid to move forward because we don't know what's forward.
Yep.
And what we don't know, we get scared. And what we don't know, we don't even try. Well, I don't know how it's gonna go.
Without trying to see what's in front of you, walking by faith and not by sight. Because we're so quick to. I'm even a victim of this. We're so quick to always want to know what's next, what's coming next, what's coming next, what's coming next, what's coming next. Because everything that you've been through, you've already been able to be prepared for it. But what if what you're going through is pushing you to be for something that you're not prepared for? Meaning you have to learn how to prepare for it while you're going through it within that moment. Because we're always so quick to, okay, well, maybe I can prepare for this. Maybe I can't prepare for that. Maybe, okay, I see what's coming. I see this coming. You got to learn how to believe in yourself when you can't see what's coming. And sometimes you can't see what's coming because it's a blessing. But if you can see your blessing coming before it comes to you, it's not going to be a blessing. What is the whole point of me trying to give you something and you know what I'm giving you? It's not going to be special because you already know what it is. Like, how can I tell you happy birthday and give you a gift and you already know what the gift was? It's not a gift. But, yeah, true, sometimes we are afraid to move forward. But like I said, it's like you have to, it's like stepping in water that you can't see. Your feet are in the water. You can feel what's in the water, but you can't see the water. If you keep, taking your foot back out the water just because you're stepping on pebbles or a little fish brush up against your leg, you might not know where your steps going to lead you to. Because sometimes life will ask you to take shallow steps too. But you definitely have to change your mindset too. Like, there's nothing wrong with always being prepared, but sometimes you have to be prepared to not be prepared. Because you're going to take some wins and you're going to take some losses. But you're going to learn from both of them either way.
I have nothing else to add though. I don't know if she's still here and she still have questions, or if you want to share something else before you head out. You're free to, Jordan.
She's still in there.
Okay.
But yeah, it's fun. I mean, like I said, it's a journey within itself.
A rewarding journey.
Yeah, And
A
one thing that
rewarding
I'm starting to
journey.
pay attention to a lot more is it's not meant for everybody to be a part of your journey. Even people that this is my best friend, we bonded, we locked in, we this and we that. It's not meant for everybody to be on your journey. Just like with who was it? Remember when Jesus had his disciples? Not everybody was on board. And then remember when Peter denied Jesus, he wasn't on board. So the purpose that Jesus had in the biblical times, not everybody agreed with him. And in relations to what's going on now with a lot of people that's becoming in their purpose, when you start putting your focus and chasing what you're supposed to be chasing, you're going to be crucified. And you're going to be crucified by family, friends, cousins, close ones, relationships, exes, everything within that category, you're going to be crucified. And after you being crucified is over, when you heal from the betrayal of the people that aren't happy that you're pursuing your purpose, it's going to make you even stronger and give you even more wisdom in pursuing your purpose. Because now you're like, okay, well, if I can survive the people that said that they loved me and cared about me for chasing my purpose, I can survive anything with walking within my purpose. So it's a journey within itself, but it takes a lot of mental discipline, a lot of physical discipline, and you have to be strong within your emotions. You got to be strong within yourself spiritually too. Because like I said, when you start chasing what you're supposed to be chasing, you're going to have a lot of people that's encouraging you to do things that you used to do, go places that you used to go. And the first couple times, you like, okay, you may go, but when you go to those places that you used to go to, you're not going to feel the same. Because that's not where your presence is supposed to be. That's not where your energy is supposed to be. And what happens is, in the world that we live in today, things will happen to wake you up to realize, like, this is not where you're supposed to be. Things will happen where, okay, this is not where you belong. You don't belong around.
And you gotta listen when it happens. You gotta listen and follow that intuition. You have to listen. Don't be like, oh, this is nothing. Your body is telling you, don't go there. Don't hang out with them. This doesn't feel right. Listen to that voice.
Because sometimes a lot of times the situations that we find ourselves in is because we're not listening to those signs and those key points telling us this is not where we're supposed to be.
Every time you see that person, you feel bad. You feel like crying. You don't have energy. And you still hang out with that person. Just because his family, just because we know each other since high school. Listen to your body.
Yep.
I don't even question it. If I'm about to do something, it doesn't feel right, even the slightest, I don't do it.
Correct.
I don't do it. Because if I do it, oh well, I'm ready for the hell that's coming too.
Correct. That's why a lot of people end up in life and death situations.
And you act surprised. Oh, how did I get here? You know how you got there. Don't act surprised. You know how you got there.
Some people that survive, when they be interviewing, they be like, I had a funny feeling. Something told me not to go there. And they only reason why they survived is because they listened to their intuition at the last minute. But when you shift your focus and start focusing on what you're supposed to do and where you're supposed to be, you're going to be tested. And trust me, you're going to have people that's going to say some hurtful things to you. People going to try and smear your name, destroy who you are, try and create obstacles and situations to prevent you from being where and from being who you're supposed to be. But it's all a part of it. Because the more roadblocks, for every roadblock, there's a freeway.
Ooh, for every oh, wow.
See what happened every time we get online?
Divine timing. Divine timing.
But for every roadblock, there's a freeway. So you just got to get past them roadblocks. And them roadblocks could be family, friends, exes, past relationships, people that used to borrow money from you, people that you used to defend, people that you used to protect, people that you used to look out for, narcissists, manipulators, bosses, jobs, employees, co-workers, companies. But once you learn how to get past some roadblocks, I'm telling you, you're gonna be on the freeway, and you're gonna be on the freeway pursuing your purpose.
And that free will feels great, feels good.
It's like people be asking me, "Oh, how you get so much wisdom and this and that?" I went through a lot. And I'm still going through a lot.
All right.
And it's like when you like growing up, it's like when you were a kid, you still trying to figure out who you are as a person. You know what I'm saying? You still trying to understand, like, why am I going through this? Why is my life set up like this? Not realizing that the obstacles that you're facing in life is all pushing you into a direction for you to be the person that you're supposed to be. Like me, I didn't even finish college. I did a 1.5 years of culinary school. I can cook my butt off, but one thing that I love doing more than cooking is talking to people. When I was growing up, when I was younger, people will always come to me for their problems, advice, and stuff like that. Even in school, I was the one that was like fighting the girls, bullies, and females used to come to me. Oh, my boyfriend cheated on me, this and that. Growing up now, when you are, you know what I'm saying, a protector, being a protector means you protect. But when you have the knowledge and the mindset of what it is to be a protector, you now have the subconscious decision to know who, what, when, and when to protect. But it's all a part of life. Just like I said, get past them roadblocks. You can get on that freeway, and in the process you being on that freeway, you start getting them ideas working, start getting them inventions working, start asking yourself, okay, what it is that I'm supposed to be focusing on, lock in, write everything down that you're supposed to be writing down, and don't let nothing distract you. Because when you're getting close to something in life, that's when the distractions come the hardest. That's when them old friends get to calling, I'm just checking on you, can we hang out, this and that. You're getting close to something. And the reason why I say it's something, you don't know exactly what it is yet because you can't see it, but you can feel it. Them distractions are supposed to come because you have to be tested to make sure that your focus and your consistency is still there on what it is that you're pursuing. Yep, duality, correct. But yep, you'll be fine. Just stay focused, stick with it.
You'll be fine.
People that's gonna be trying to pull you back.
We are all gonna be fine, y'all. We are all gonna be fine. It's okay. It's okay. There's something too that I have realized that at least when it comes to our people, we need to learn how to calm our nervous system.
Yep.
Our people are in the
to do everything so fast and a rush and be so quick and hurry to get everything done.
chill.
Yep.
And a lot of our people even have an issue with resting.
Yeah.
Oh, if I rest, I'm lazy.
Especially the elders. Especially the elders.
Your nervous system is used. Come on.
Especially the elders.
Yeah.
Lack of patience within our bloodline, lack of patience within our community, lack of patience within our spiritual balance, lack of patience with parenthood, lack of patience with emotional development. I gotta hurry up and do this. I gotta hurry up and... No, you don't. You got all the time in the world. No, you don't. We keep allowing ourselves to be programmed like this by chasing things that literally don't even align with us. Oh, we want to be like the Jetsons. We want to be like the community over there. So we got to hurry up and build houses like them. We got to hurry up and get our yard together like them. Why are you comparing yourself to other people that got their own storms? Why are you basing what your life is supposed to be based off of examples that's not even in alignment with what your imagination is supposed to be looking at? What's the whole point of you having a dream if you're looking at somebody else's? You can write that one down too. But what's the whole point of you having a dream if you're looking at somebody else's? When you dream, you're supposed to be in a sleep state. But if you go in a sleep state with somebody else's problems on your mind, you're not dreaming.
Oh. La la la.
But we chase what other people have. We try to pursue what other people are walking into. Like
No.
like we rush everything. That's why I try to tell a lot of young people within our community, get a job trying to compete with individuals that are already set within this company, because what their goals are is not the same as yours. It might not be meant for you to be a shift leader. It might not be meant for you to be a manager. It might not be meant for you to be with this company within 10 years.
And that's
It may
okay.
be meant for you to be within that company and to learn certain things that could be beneficial to your life, because you never know. You might have to go through 5 or 6 jobs, and all of a sudden, now you can open up your own company in a field that you put 6 years in. Make sure y'all double tap on the screen and share the live.
Yeah, that too.
But
Come
it's a
and
journey.
see,
We
and the fact
rush.
that a lot of us can see how our elders end up. Why are we trying to follow the exact same path they had? You want to end up like your parents, like your uncle, your auntie, your grandma? I bet you don't. So why are you following the path they follow?
Generational patterns. Somebody said hat to the side. That's the only way to ride. Your glasses are dope.
Oh, Bliss, thank you, Bliss, thank you.
But I think a lot of us are so used to, not even used to, but we're trying to impress the ones that were here before us.
For what?
They want that blessing.
Which one? They are not blessed. How are they gonna bless me? They live in poverty. How are they gonna bless me?
See what I mean? And they're like, well, if I do this, maybe great-great-grandpa do this and do that or this and do that. You can't rewind time and try and walk in somebody else's footprints. You can't put on somebody else's shoes.
And as I see one time here on TikTok, somebody says, "We try to." I don't know how they say that. We want if you want to break generational curses, why are you looking for validation in the generation that is cursed?
Correct. Correct. Correct.
And all we're talking about here is what comes with when you choose to chase purpose instead of a paycheck.
Yep. And some people, they know, but they refuse to see.
My.
So it's like, you know, but you don't want to see. And then you have some people that can't, that see, but don't want to know. So you see your vision, you see your purpose, but you don't even want to know how to get there. But you're tired of seeing the same repetition. And then you can't see, but you know how to get there. But you refuse to look at it. You refuse to see it for what it is. Because, like, one thing that I had to, that's why you got to get to a point of exhaustion. Yeah, sometimes sometimes it's what it takes. Sometimes it does take a point of exhaustion. Like, you chasing the same thing, pushing yourself to pursue something that you're not supposed to pursue. It's going to push you to the point of exhaustion until you're like, okay, you know what? I'm tired of this. I got to do something different. I'm going to break this cycle because I'm stuck in the same repetitive loop. Rock bottom is helpful when you use it to jump. Ooh, that's deep.
Let me write it down.
That's
What did
deep.
he say? See, I'm reading all of this on a. Gotta be creative. Once you have it, put it somewhere. A lot of you gonna have an idea. Oh, let me wait when I have an iPad. Let me wait, man.
That's deep.
By the way, all this life is going to be on YouTube because I know we have shared a lot of things that maybe me or you or somebody else might need. I'm gonna put it on YouTube tonight. So be on the lookout for this video.
They be a victim for every year. A lot of people don't have that dog in them. They don't have that dog in them. But it's like they don't find out that they don't have that dog in them until reality kicks in of them pretending to have that dog in them.
But you ain't gotta wait till reality kicks in. You can simply look around. Look at the people that you are following or you are listening to. Mm-hmm. If you don't want the life they have, why are you doing what they did? What you can see you can see. Look at the people that you listen to. How are they living in their 50s, 80s, 90s? Do you want to live like them? If the answer is no, do different.
Bliss said, can they come up?
Sure. This is our community. Why wouldn't you?
Does my sound like is it okay?
Yeah, Queen, we can hear you.
Okay, yesterday there was like echoing issues, but hey,
How you doing? How you doing?
I'm well. How are y'all?
Good, good.
Sensational.
Sensational. Love it.
It is an echo, but I'm gonna drop down. Ada, I'm gonna come back up here on my other phone.
Okay.
It might, if it's me, then I'll just get down. It might just.
No.
Cause I gotta go blow my nose. My allergies are acting up. But I'll be back on here. I'm gonna let y'all talk. I'll be back on here.
Okay.
All right.
I'm putting in my headphones real quick to see if it changes.
I think it's echoing when multiple people talk at the same time, but right now it's perfectly fine. So feel free to express yourself. You were dropping a lot of gems and some points in the chat. Now I want to ask you if you can express what you wanted to say instead of writing now.
Nothing in particular, like as of now. I just was vibing with y'all, so I just wanted to like be up to talk, like I don't know, just to join,
You mentioned subconscious patterns.
Can you say that again? My bad.
You mentioned subconscious patterns.
Oh yeah, because that's really, in my eyes, like why most people hold themselves back. It's like a lot of things in the front, like in the 3D of why they think it is. That's just the illusions, but it's really like subconscious things and like generational and like like stuff y'all was saying with like the generational patterns that just bounce until you have those ones who are able to transmute it.
How can one break from those? What do you think are some actionable steps each individual can take to break from the patterns of poverty, laziness, negativity, chaos, and tap into the patterns of wealth, success, prosperity, love, rest, freedom?
It all starts from like a mindset. So I was just talking to she's like a little sister to me. She's young, and I was telling her it's a mindset. You have to shift your mindset first. And a lot of times, because of like how when you're in an inverted space, that's what I call just that poverty, fear, etc., etc. When you're in that inverted space, you're set up to not really want to see the optimism in life, and to you have all of this destruction around you. It kind of seems like not realistic to focus on the good. But when like life is really in favor of you, the science that is, once you understand that it's as simple as a child to get it, you could really focus. And what we're meant to do more than anything here is be and focus. Once whatever we focus on, that's what comes to us. So really like the first step is like that mental, and then a lot of things like within like your mind, body, and spirit, just to have a routine that you stick to so that you can help maintain your anchor within everything and not have that flesh part of you that wants to live the life and be within all of the glitter.
Was it, at least for you, how did you come to the point of having this type of understanding?
Like life, having discernment, ignoring discernment, ups and downs, you know, being disciplined, not being disciplined. Definitely. Also, what's that word called? How I was raised up was very like influential by the people I was raised. But just accumulation of life and just following, you know, that inner voice in me. How about yourself?
Me asking myself questions. I don't know. I found myself talking to myself weirdly since I was younger, but I stopped doing it because people calling me crazy. Why are you doing that? Makes no sense. Who are you? And I'm very curious. I just have a sense of curiosity to want to know why does this happen? Where does this come from? Why do it this way? Is there any other way to do it? And that sense of curiosity to want to know, because also I have never, I was never comfortable in poverty. I was never comfortable in lack, in, oh, you cannot eat this much, you cannot travel there, you cannot have five pair of shoes, you cannot get into that car, you cannot go on vacation. That never sit right with me. So a part of me always wanted to experience more. So yeah, I would say that my curiosity, and also as you mentioned, life. I think you go to specific experiences that show you that, hey, there's another way of doing things. You don't have to keep going that route. You can change.
It seemed like being like grown now is funny because I just feel like, you know, nothing is a coincidence in life. It seems like I was kind of groomed for like how I turned out in life from everything. But I don't know if you're in to astrology a little bit or anything, but
I'm curious. You can share it, yeah.
I have a Capricorn stellium, so it's like I've really, you know what I mean? Like I've not like things have been hard, but it's like the challenge of things. I enjoy that. So as life has gone, like I'm someone who is like I gotta really just like learn one time, bump my head once. I don't want to bump my head a million times. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
throughout life, it's like as much I'm super hard headed, but I was also following my North Star. You know what I mean? As much as anything comes. And then also with curiosity, you know, like curiosity in a tree of life way. Because curiosity, I feel like in that inverted space, you know, it's going to kill the cat.
Well, how do, when we were talking about money earlier, how do you see money? Or what does money represents to you?
I see money as an energy. The other day, let me see. I see money as an energy. I see it as a reflection of like how you feel about yourself and how you attract that. Also, a lot of people who's in poverty, I know, like I go back to like mindset because people don't really understand that like at the bottom of that, even though it's all constructed purposely in your mind, because of it is like a voice where it's like, I don't deserve this, you know what I mean, or I can't have this. So you continue to attract that. But even in a state of poverty, like if someone changed that mindset, like they would have opportunities just out of creation where like they're being pulled out of it some way, somehow. You know what I mean? They meet a new friend or they just, you know what I mean? Like those situations when you really keep your focus on that. And that's what I was like with the, but how do you see it?
I see money. Well, first of all, with energy, because I do believe everything is energy. Because energy is everywhere. And you cannot, I don't know, delete or kill energy, but you can always transform it. I see its energy, I see it as a beautiful tool, as an amazing tool that everybody deserves to have. I deserve to have a lot of money. Not just money to pay my bills or money to invest, but also money to enjoy, also money to give, money to celebrate. I feel deserving of money. Because I know if it's out here, why can I not have it? And also, I'm aware of the things, the good things I can do with large amounts of money. I can build schools. I can feed other people. I can provide housing. I can provide clothes. I can provide education. I can provide a better life for other people, not just me. So why not do it? That's how I see money. That's a beautiful tool, a beautiful resource that I do believe I deserve to have it in abundance, and I will. One of these I always pray to God. Well, respecting everybody's belief on what you think is God, I respect that. I always commend God to make me a blessing, like to fill my pocket so much that no matter how much I give, I still have so much more to give. That my pockets can open heaven for other people. That's a prayer that I always, and I'm intentional about it. Yes, I want money too because I want to enjoy life as I should and as I deserve. But I also am aware that the money comes, I'm going to be helping other people. I'm already doing it with not having much. Well, let me not speak down on money. I already do it while having much. The more I have, the more good I will do with the money. And also because I believe that as you give, you receive. And since money is energy, it deserves to be circulated. Circulated. I don't how to keep it just for myself. No. Let's keep it moving. It's going to come back. Let's keep it moving. So.
Yeah. I know for me, at a certain point when I was like blocked, I had to learn how to like healthily give because sometimes when I bring up tools just for like to understand more since, you know, like you don't really know me. Well, not really, you don't know me, but I'm an Aquarius, so I'm very giving and I just have a lot of masculine energy within my energy. So like I could be hella giving. And I like practice really sitting what I call that big daddy energy down because it's like it's not time for you right now. You know what I mean? And in certain times though that has blocked because when you're like giving, you know, for me, when I was giving so much, it wasn't allowing the energy for me to like receive.
Wow.
You know, with money and welcome it in because I'm here like helping everybody else.
Yep.
And although people need the help, they're well in their situation. And when I was like, I used to be a truck driver like over the road. So I was making like, you know, good money, but I wasn't really structured in my living. I was more just like, you know, living la vida loca. And other people have more structure, but their money was more tied up. So I was putting others, you know, I was just mismanaging myself and being very giving. And I would be wondering like, dang, why I'm not, you know, why am I not attracting how I'm supposed to? But it was because it's like I wasn't even doing it correctly. But, you know, that definitely helped me to just, in a healthy way, because I feel like sometimes when people go through situations like that, it may trigger them to like, be in their villain mode when it comes to like how they're gonna restructure their energy to themselves. But a lot of times I talk to myself with doing like my high vibrational villain era where I'm doing it in a sense where I'm still, you know, not like being resentful or anything like that. But yeah.
I appreciate you tapping in with us though and coming to enlighten us with your knowledge. Is there any last words you want to say with anybody listening to you right now?
Oh no, that's all. But
any message you want to?
Let me come up, and it was cool talking.
Anytime, and don't ever ask. Can I join? You know this is a safe and loving place. Everybody that has good intentions is welcome here. So whenever you see me on live, you have something you want to say. If you don't want to write it, come up. You're always welcome here.
For sure, same thing here. Have a good day, though.
You too. Okay, that has been a whole hour. By the way, all the information that was shared from the Queen and the King, Jordan and Bliss, is going to be on YouTube. Because I don't believe in, let me gatekeep. Gatekeep what? Information, knowledge that can help other people, that can empower other people. Why would I keep it to myself? I want other people to be empowered. I want other people to live a good life. And a good lifestyle with good thinking, with positive thinking. So it's going to be available on YouTube. in 2 hours, if not in 2 hours, tonight. I compromise myself to do that. I appreciate those that asked questions, those that were interacting in the chat. And if you're watching this video on YouTube, drop your comment. What was your biggest takeaway? What is something that resonated with you? What is something that enlightened you? What is something that you're like, oh, I like this or I don't like this? Whatever truth you took from this video, put it in the comments. Speak your truth. Whatever is your takeaway, put it in your comment. Your perspective, your truth matter because you matter. And yeah. Okay, I think to all my gems out there, I love you. I'm gonna keep working because gotta always work on my craft. I already know my gifts. I already know my purpose. Now I gotta put the work on it. I gotta study. I gotta study my gift, study my purpose, so I can be of help, so I can be of use, so I can keep providing value, so I can keep providing solutions, and I can keep exploring my creativity, exploring and expressing myself. And yeah, I will see you all whenever I see you all again. Whatever you do, the goal is still the same. Love yourself, support yourself, believe in yourself, have faith in yourself. Bye. And of course, subscribe and follow. Why wouldn't you subscribe? Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you follow this beautiful, positive, rich account? Why wouldn't you subscribe? Anywho, I will see you whenever I see you all again. And to all my gems out there, I love you all.